And joining me now is Republican Congressman from North Carolina, Pat Harrigan, who's also in the House Armed Services Committee. Congressman Harrigan, thank you very much for being here today on your Sunday. We appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for having me, Laura. Always good to be with you.
Yeah, good to be here. And also, President Trump is calling out Democrats over the ongoing government shutdown. So I want to start there. He's saying that any layoffs is a result of lawmakers on the left. But what are Republicans doing to end the shutdown? Because jobs are on the line here.
Well, I think we're just continuing to be very clear. House Republicans have already done their job. We passed a clean continuing resolution 2 weeks ago, and we expect the Senate to do the exact same thing. Right now, you've got 3 Senate Democrats that are voting with Republicans. We need another 4. Until we get those other 4, we're not going to get this thing across the finish line. And I think where we step back and say, look, this is truly a Schumer shutdown. This is a Democrat shutdown. We look back to, we've passed this continuing resolution 13 times in the last 4 years, 12 times underneath the Biden administration, which, by the way, Republicans voted for that. And then Republicans and Democrats voted for it in March of this year. So to say that Republicans are shutting the government down is a nonsensical argument right now. All we're asking for is the Democrats to show the exact same respect to us that we showed them during the Biden administration, passing this 12 separate times. We've just got to get back to the traditional appropriations process, and we need to do that when the government is open. Right now, the Democrats have just decided that they're going to throw a temper tantrum, not vote for something that they voted for 13 times in the last 4 years. And until they wake up and decide to vote differently, we're going to be in this shutdown, unfortunately.
Yeah, and just to give our viewers a look at what's happening here on our screen, we are tracking the president's movement, and it is live that we're bringing you these pictures right now. Not live, excuse me, this is playback. We've got Trump and the First Lady heading to Virginia. So as we continue on, though, with our conversation, I want to talk about the voters, because so many people have a lot of questions about what's going on and predictions as well. We've got a poll from the Washington Post showing 47% of voters believe that Trump and Republicans in Congress are the ones to blame for the shutdown. So when you take a look at the numbers, look, I mean, it's a poll, but it is a temperature of how people are feeling. Does that concern you?
I've seen so many different polls on who's holding people accountable. I don't believe any of them. And I can just give you some empirical evidence from my internal office. We usually get about 300 calls a day between my Washington, D.C. office and my North Carolina office. Those are now down about 75%. And when I'm talking to my Democratic colleagues, their calls are way up. And so, look, I think very clearly the American people are holding Democrats accountable for this. But look, who's responsible, who's not responsible, at the end of the day, it pales in comparison to the actual impact that a shutdown has. Republicans have been responsible for shutdowns in the past, and we've realized, look, these aren't beneficial for anybody. They're certainly not beneficial for the American people. That's why we are very much in support of the Democrats simply passing another clean continuing resolution. That's exactly what we put on the table. That's what we expect Democrats to pass through the Senate, get it to the president. Let's have these policy negotiations when the government's open, not when it's closed.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.